Thinking of moving to Australia in 2025? With its stunning beaches, vibrant cities, and laid-back lifestyle, it's no wonder so many dream of calling this country home. But before you pack your bags, there's a side of the Australian dream that not everyone talks about. From sky-high living costs to culture shocks and unexpected challenges, some immigrants find life down under isn't what they imagined. In this video, we'll uncover the 10 biggest reasons why immigrants regret moving to Australia in 2025. Whether you're planning your move or just curious about the reality, stick around to learn what you need to know before making one of the biggest decisions of your life. Let's dive in. 1. High cost of living. Australia is consistently ranked as one of the most expensive countries to live in, and this can catch immigrants off guard. The cost of housing in major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane is particularly high, with median rents and property prices often exceeding those in many immigrants' home countries. Even smaller cities and regional areas have seen significant increases in housing costs. Beyond housing, everyday expenses such as groceries, dining out, transportation, and childcare are costly. Utilities, including electricity and water, come with high bills, especially in regions prone to extreme weather. While Australian wages are relatively high, many immigrants find that their income doesn't stretch as far as they hoped, leading to financial stress. This discrepancy between expectations and reality can make adjusting to life in Australia more difficult than anticipated. 2. Difficulty finding suitable employment. Many immigrants move to Australia with the hope of advancing their careers, but the job market can be surprisingly challenging. While the country has a strong economy and demand for skilled workers, some employers favor candidates with local experience. This bias can leave immigrants struggling to find roles that align with their qualifications and experience. Furthermore, foreign degrees and certifications are not always recognized, requiring immigrants to invest time and money into additional training or licensing. Industries such as healthcare, IT, and construction often face labor shortages, but navigating the recruitment process can still be difficult without networks or insider knowledge. As a result, highly skilled professionals sometimes accept lower-paying or unrelated jobs just to make ends meet, leading to frustration and dissatisfaction. 3. Isolation from family. Australia's geographic isolation poses a unique challenge for immigrants, especially those from Europe, Asia, or Africa. Long and expensive flights make it difficult to visit family and friends back home. Many immigrants underestimate the emotional toll of living so far away from their loved ones, particularly during significant life events such as weddings, births, or funerals. The time difference adds another layer of difficulty, making regular communication harder to maintain. While technology helps bridge the gap, it cannot fully replicate face-to-face connections, leaving many immigrants feeling homesick and disconnected from their roots. This sense of isolation is particularly pronounced for those who move alone or with small families, as building a new support network in Australia can take time. 4. Cultural adjustment. Adjusting to a new culture is one of the biggest challenges for immigrants, and Australia's unique blend of informality and multiculturalism can take some getting used to. Many immigrants find it difficult to adapt to the country's social norms, such as its relaxed attitude towards time, humor, and work-life balance. Understanding and using Australian slang and idioms can also be challenging, making it harder to connect with locals. Cultural differences in the workplace, such as a flat hierarchy and casual communication styles, can feel alien to those used to more formal environments. Even things as simple as celebrating public holidays or understanding local sports can feel overwhelming. While Australia prides itself on being a multicultural society, immigrants may still encounter subtle barriers to integration, leaving them feeling like outsiders. 5. Healthcare costs. Australia has a well-regarded healthcare system, but it isn't without its flaws. Immigrants on temporary visas may not qualify for Medicare, Australia's public health system, and are often required to purchase private health insurance, which can be expensive. Even with Medicare, some services such as dental care, optical care, and certain specialist treatments are not covered, resulting in out-of-pocket expenses. Waiting times for public healthcare services, particularly in rural or regional areas, can also be long. Many immigrants who come from countries with more comprehensive public healthcare systems find these costs and delays frustrating. 6. Climate challenges. Australia's climate, while appealing to many, can be harsh and unpredictable. Summers can bring extreme heat, with temperatures exceeding 40 degrees Celsius (104 degrees Fahrenheit) in some areas, which can be difficult for immigrants from cooler climates. The country is also prone to natural disasters such as bushfires, floods, and cyclones, which can disrupt lives and add stress. For those living in drought-affected areas, water restrictions and environmental concerns are an ongoing issue. Additionally, the high levels of UV radiation make sun protection essential, and immigrants who underestimate this risk may struggle with the intensity of the Australian sun. 7. Social integration and discrimination. While Australia is a multicultural society, immigrants may still face challenges in integrating socially. Making friends and building a support network can take time, especially for those moving to smaller towns or rural areas. Some immigrants experience discrimination or prejudice, which can make them feel unwelcome or excluded. Subtle forms of bias in the workplace or community can also create barriers to full integration. Cultural differences and language barriers may further complicate efforts to build relationships and feel at home. 8. Visa and residency issues. Australia's immigration policies are strict and complex, making it challenging for some immigrants to achieve permanent residency or citizenship. Visa restrictions can limit employment opportunities, access to benefits, or the ability to sponsor family members. Processing times for visas and permanent residency applications can be lengthy and stressful. For immigrants whose long-term future in Australia remains uncertain, this uncertainty can cause anxiety and regret. 9. Limited public transportation in some areas. While major cities like Sydney and Melbourne have extensive public transport systems, many regional areas lack reliable options. Immigrants who don't drive or own a car may find it difficult to commute to work, access healthcare, or participate in social activities. Public transportation in smaller towns can be infrequent, poorly connected, or non-existent, forcing many newcomers to invest in a vehicle. 10. Work-life balance. Although Australia is known for its laid-back lifestyle, many immigrants find themselves working long hours just to cover their living expenses. High costs and demanding jobs in certain industries can lead to burnout, leaving little time to enjoy the country's natural beauty or leisure activities. Immigrants who moved expecting a relaxed lifestyle may find themselves disillusioned by the realities of balancing work and financial pressures.